Is this the worst time to play against Liverpool, or could tomorrow night be the best possible time? Now for us, our squad is very thin at this moment in time, so many injuries to key players in the team, so Lampard may be forced to rotate, which might not help our chances to win the game tomorrow. However, Liverpool just got comprehensively defeated by Watford 3-0. It could have been more. They got played off the park, and to be honest, this whole month, they haven't been at their best. Of course, losing to Atleti, to Watford, and their general performances haven't been as elite as their previous form throughout the season. I can imagine that Jurgen Klopp is going to want a strong reaction against us. However, the question is, what does Lampard do? Does he go for the win and stick to his principles, or does he accept the limitations of the squad at this point in time, turn towards the youth, and potentially sacrificing the game tomorrow night because securing a top 4 finish might be more important? I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about the press conference, predicted lineup, and a lot more. Today, I bring you guys the match preview to our upcoming game tomorrow night against Liverpool in the FA Cup. If you like today's video, and if you want us to win in tomorrow's game, no, I can't do that. That's too shameless, you guys. If you like today's video, just smash the like button. Help me get over 1,500 likes. And on that point, we go straight into things, starting with the press conference review. Now, Lampard provided insight on the strength of the team tomorrow. You know, it's not looking too great. No Christensen, he's picked up another small knock. Tammy Abraham isn't going to be available tomorrow. And Lampard also confirmed that Kante, Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic and Tammy Abraham won't be fit for tomorrow's game. I guess there's good news in the sense that Tammy Abraham's trip to Barcelona to see the specialist was successful. He is okay. However, and my God, how unlucky is this guy? He's now got an illness. Now, this entire month he's been getting injury after injury, coming back to get injured again. Now that he's finally been given the all clear, of course, an illness had to stop him. You know, it must be difficult and frustrating for Tammy. People are starting to talk down against his game, and he's not in that physical condition to really do his best for the team. In the long run, when we look back at times like this, I'm sure this period is going to help him develop even more mental strength, and this experience is going to be good for his overall career. But anyway, we do move on. Lampard confirmed that Kepa has been acting like a proper pro. He's been professional, working hard in training and supporting the team. Lampard did say that it's up to every player to determine their destiny playing for the club. I mean, you know what? I mean, if you're hearing words like this, how can that not inspire you? And he's right. It's up to Kepa right now. You know, Lampard's shown that he's not afraid to take players out of the team. We've seen that with Hudson-Odoi, we've seen that with Pulisic, we've seen that with Zuma, we're now seeing that with Kepa. Usually every single time, it brings back a very positive reaction from the player. So let's hope that Kepa comes back. You know, he's had that mental reset, he comes back fresh and fully confident because we might need him. We continue on, and Lampard thinks that Liverpool are going to use a pretty strong team tomorrow. There might be a few select changes, and I think he's really implying that this is going to be the approach from both managers in tomorrow's game. Both managers do need to rotate a bit. The FA Cup does give you that license, so it only makes sense. And to end with the press conference, Lampard had to reconfirm that he doesn't know when Pulisic and Tammy are going to be back. Now, I guess there's some like theories or rumors floating around. People are telling themselves, I'm guessing, that Lampard has a bias against certain players for some reason, which I just don't understand. Lampard genuinely said that he doesn't know when they're going to be fully fit to come back. He can only confirm that with the club's medical team. But anyway, let's move on now to the predicted lineup for today's video. It's going to be a pretty interesting one. You know, I'm going to talk about a realistic lineup, an ambitious lineup, and obviously who's going to play in a 3-4-3. So we move straight into this part now, starting with the first lineup. And as you can see, I'm showing you guys a very ambitious lineup. Now, I've gone for a 4-2-3-1. As you guys can see, I have Armando Broja up front. Behind him is Anjorin, Willian and Pedro in midfield, Jorginho and Gilmour in defence, Emerson, Tamori, Zuma and Reece James, and in goal, Kepa Arrizabalaga. I don't know why I said his name, it just sounded good in the moment, but we do move on. Now, as I said, this is a very ambitious lineup. I'll give you guys my thoughts and theories on why I've gone for this lineup. We have a depleted team. So many injuries to key players. Jorginho is also going to be a player that won't be available in the next few games. So this could force Lampard to be very drastic with his team selection and really make a lot of decisions that maybe in other circumstances he wouldn't normally make. Alonso has been a huge source of goals for us recently, imagine if he got an unnecessary injury against Liverpool. We're at this point in time now where the squad is so thread thin at this point in time that if we lost one more key player, this could really jeopardize how we end the season. In that sense, with it being an FA Cup game, this could give Lampard the only opportunity throughout the season to use players in a game where, of course, there is pressure. You're playing for the cup, you want to win, but at the same time, it's not the same type of pressure. Are you more willing to test out a young academy player in an FA Cup game or in a league game where where every single point really matters? Lampard may be forced to have to turn to the academy to help out with the first team due to so many injuries, and in tonight's game, this could be a great opportunity for Gilmour, ANJORIN and Broja to really show what they're about, to show all their education that they've learned since they've joined the club, and to highlight to the whole fan base just how good they are and just how confident they are. As I said, this is the ambitious lineup, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe in the second half we saw maybe one or two of these guys getting an opportunity in the first team. I think when you have so many poor strikers at this moment in time in Giroud and Michy, does it hurt to give Broja an opportunity to show what he's about? I don't think so. We now move on to the second lineup, and of course this is a more realistic team for tomorrow's game. Now I've gone for a 4-3-3 because normally this tactic of packing the midfield, having an extra man in midfield to help defend the half spaces has tended to give us a very good competitive advantage against Liverpool. Now yeah, of course, our finishing and decisive moments have cost us, but in terms of our general game against Liverpool, could even argue that we have been the better team in both games. In this team, I've gone for Willian, Giroud and Pedro, a three-man midfield of Barkley, Jorginho and Cover. In defence, I've gone for Emerson, Tomori, Zuma and Reece James with Kepa in goal. Now to be honest, I keep talking about lineups that don't involve Aspie. I have a feeling that he is going to play because he tends to play in every single one. I'm just thinking in tomorrow's game, our skill set's going to be needed if we don't use a 4-3-3. For example, if Aspie play left back against Liverpool in a 4-3-3, can we expect much quality in the final third? Whenever Aspie tends to play down the left, I feel that at times we become a bit too predictable because all our play comes down the right hand sides. To be honest, I don't like this team as much. I wouldn't pick Barkley, but because of the unique circumstances this team is in right now, we have to turn to these guys and we have to always pray, touch wood, cross our fingers, pray to whoever we believe in, that these guys are going to come good when it really matters. Barkley does frustrate me, but I don't want to talk about him. I want to talk about the third predicted lineup, and that is a 3-4-3. Now, my reason for why I think Lampard has been using a 3-4-3 isn't because he's limited or has no imagination. I just think it's because he's assessing all the players in his team right now. He's looking at the midfield. He's thinking, I need to ease some of this defensive burden off them, because you could argue that every single game that we've not got the 3 points we deserve has been down to the midfield being exposed and leaving too many gaps in front of our defence. With how short we are with midfield options, maybe 3-4-3 could be the answer against Liverpool. Now in midfield, I can imagine Jorginho, because he is going to be suspended for future games, starting alongside Gilmour. If you are going to use Gilmour, maybe you are going to have an extra defender behind you just to obviously help him out defensively. Of course, against Liverpool, a team so dangerous between the lines in the half spaces out wide. For a young player that hasn't played too many games at this level, it could be very difficult. So having an extra defender could ease that burden. If we use a back three, I could imagine Aspie, Zuma and Tomori playing. This way we can use Alonso and Reece James, and we can pray that Alonso finds his finishing boots against Liverpool. And I guess with the attack, Willian, Mason Mount, it's no surprise to me that Willian hasn't been playing too much. I think he's been acting up a tiny bit, after the Bayern game to talk to the press like that straight after the Bayern game. It's a bit prima donna. Let's be serious. Let's keep it real a bit, yeah? It's a bit too over the top. And it's no surprise why he has lost his place, but, he's been forced to have to play because Lampard is running out of options. So imagine this lineup. Could you envision ANJORIN, Mason Mount in behind Giroud? That would be quite fun to see. I'd definitely be down for that. But, it sounds a bit too ambitious. But anyway, they're the three lineups. In the comment section below, give me your thoughts and opinions. What lineup do you think's best? If you think my lineups are awful and terrible, then you tell me your lineup and let us all know what you think's the best team. But anyway, you guys, end with my final closing thoughts. I think today, Today is going to confirm whether we are going to see Broja, Anjorin and some other players joining the squad for tomorrow's game. Tonight's going to be big because at 7 PM, Loftus-Cheek is going to be playing. So you guys, make sure that you do download the club's app to watch the game for free. It's going to be live, it's going to be free. You can bet any amount of money that, of course, I'm going to be watching him. Guys, I'll admit, I'm very shameless. I'm extremely shameless when it comes to Ruben. I just love how he plays, the skill, the technique, especially for someone that big. And he's so elegant with how he plays, you know. They're the qualities that I love in football players. So let's hope that tonight he comes in big, he scores a few goals, you know, he looks fit, he looks sharp, because we're going to need him when he returns back to the team. So in that sense, tomorrow night could be a massive opportunity for academy players. When you look at Anjorin's situation, he hasn't agreed to signing a new contract just yet. He's having a few thoughts and reservations because he hasn't been given all the assurances that he wants for himself. If he was to get minutes or even start against Liverpool, that could really push him towards signing for us. And that could be good for our long-term future because Anjorin does play this support striker role. It's becoming a very important role now in modern day football. You can imagine more and more players being developed to play this role. And of course, with our club being a step ahead of the curve every single time, we've already produced players for this position. Anjorin's known for his amazing finishing. I'm hearing a lot of positive things about how he plays behind the scenes as well. Physically, I think he's ready for a game like this. And I think it will be great to see how he performs against Liverpool. It's the same thing with Armando Broja. He's had an incredible season this year. I mean, this season he's gone up a different level compared to last season. I was reading an article saying that it was when he joined the Albania national team during last summer. That's when he got that confidence in his game. Maybe it came down to some great coaching from his Albania national team coach, who knows, but something happened there. He scored decisive goals. He came back with a renewed found confidence, and this is why we're seeing him doing big things this season. Due to his great form, he signed a 2.5-year contract, and tomorrow could it be an opportunity for Broja to show what he's about. Now could never be a better time to test out a young academy striker to see how he performs in the system with his team, to let us know whether he could have any future involvement as the season ends. But anyway, you guys, my final score prediction for tomorrow's game. You know, I'm not expecting us to win. I have to keep it real, and I don't like saying it. I just hate saying that we're going to not win games. It just feels so fake to me. But I've got to be realistic. I'm looking at the team in our current situation. I'm thinking of the top 4 battle because we really need to secure a Champions League spot at the end of the season. Otherwise, things could be very peak. So my final score prediction is going to be either 3-1 or 3-2 Liverpool. All I'm hoping to see are great performances and a very good competitive performance against Liverpool. But you guys, on that note, I'm going to wrap things up and keep things moving. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Line CV. Signing out.